Hello, hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. If you're watching YouTube, you can catch us live at twitch.tv/RotakuSmile2. Hello, Ikali, how are you doing today? But if you're watching YouTube, you can catch us live at twitch.tv/RotakuSmile2. If you're watching YouTube, maybe leave a like, maybe leave a comment. If you don't see, feel free to do the dislike, and don't worry. Either way, I hope you have a wonderful day, and let's get into this. Hello, hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Alright, I need to check the sound, I guess. Because I can't be sure. Oh, cool. Cool. I'm glad to hear you're doing alright. Sorry, Nice. That sounds like fun. Alright, let me plug in my phone and get the game up and running. Well, the game is technically up and running, but... Oh. Yes? No. Yes. Thank you for the sub, Chris. Hello. How are you? For the 7 months. Thank you. Where is it? Glad to hear you're feeling good. Alright, there we go. Perfect, I think. No. I'm good. Fighting with my charger because I'm trying to quickly charge my phone. What? Yeah, there we go. Alrighty. Because I was at 20%. Alrighty. Well, let's get into the game. Did Christmas shopping today. Some. Puna. I'm gonna have to... I don't have to get his crate. I mean, kinda. When is it not? Puna. What are you doing? No. Yeah, no. Yeah, out you come. You know better. You're okay. I know. He's trying. I'm not planning to have him be in it or anything, but I need it in here in case he needs some cool down time. If he is flipping out, and I don't know why he's flipping out this evening. Brother, he waited for the stream to start flipping out. I would say, he wants cuddle time, but the thing is, I've been here for able to give him cuddle time for like hours now, and he hasn't wanted any. I love my cuddly time with my kitty cat. Yeah, always that's true. I know. I don't like the smell of that. I think I'm gonna have to give him a bit of a down. Have you cracked the pen? Not bad. No, my favorite. You're gonna get yourself hurt. And more. In all honesty, I wouldn't. But he had gotten himself hurt. Because what he's doing is he's trying to go up. There's like some shelves next. He can go up and down. Or he's trying to. But unfortunately, the only way for him to get back down is to jump down onto the computer. And that is not safe. So I need him to home. I'm gonna try and keep track, probably about 10 minutes. And then I am just gonna have to deal with the consequences, because he will flip out then as well, but it won't be as bad. I mean, I don't know. I'm just worried about him. I really don't want him to get hurt. Because he doesn't believe in the concept of kitty safety, you know? Alright, so where were we letting off last time? I still do need to build the rest of this building. My day was chaotic, but fine. Like I said, we went shopping. As you do about a week and a half before Christmas. My feet feels off. I mean, yeah. Like I said, as you do, you know? That's where you start prepping for that, several weeks. Or the next, like, 2 weeks, because you don't really want to go out after. You know? Alright, I'm gonna get more blocks, I think. See? You get it. Not really. Pretty typical. Busy, but typical. Yeah. I mean, the real crazies won't be out for like another 4 or 5 days. Probably a week. When they realize, oh crap, Christmas is on Thursday next week, and that's going to be really bad, you know? Gonna make this week look like... Ah, yes, the spear. Do I have a bed on me? I'm gonna be honest, I played around with it a little bit on Bedrock because I was trying to do the cape challenge, which I technically completed, but you know, who knows if I'll get the cape, right? I don't like it. It's very clunky. Cape. You know, I've been trying to get every cape since they changed it to challenges and stuff. I've gotten everyone since then, but because of how they have been handling them, I have no idea if I'll actually be able to succeed. Like, I did it. Didn't even get a your cape is on the way thing either. Kind of annoying. Did it on my phone, did it on the computer. Questioned, why? I'm just left with, I really think they had a better solution, but then I'm left with, I wonder if part of why they aren't doing, you know, what they had did for the last several, for the Bedrock maps, because every single time, the teams that do it just kind of blow any update out of the water. And it's just an add-on map. Because the last two, both of them, I'm pretty sure. Well, I guess maybe the movie had one, but like, no, yeah, last two because the copper as well. I don't. I have it on the skin right now. I do have the copper cape, but I got that one from watching Twitch. I just picked a Twitch channel. And walked away for about 50 minutes. Because I wanted the copper cape. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not. If I wasn't like wanting to kind of like, I don't know. I'm not very good at doing that kind of stuff. Plus, remember, I use a Vroid model. Currently working on other things with it instead. Because the next model is going to be obviously my improved model, right? Where I've taken what I've learned over the year and improved. Although I haven't really learned it, but I have done some stuff that I can improve because the program is better now. So there's that. So yeah, I'm doing some cleanup on actually on the scale work on my skin. So it's not as messy. And so far it's working. Because I just want it to be more, in line. The thing is, I do feel like that's a bit tight to do it there. But that's what I do. Two, 3, 4, there. Yeah, I wanted to do some work on that, so I've started working on that. Because I just feel like, I mean, I like how it is, but I'd like to be able to have it be more clean. Exactly. Which is why I dedicated that Ruby reference is for robot. I believe, right? My brother loved that movie so much. I know I'll recognize the references out of that one. Yeah, Yep, that's another robots. That is specifically, I believe, Rodney, right? After. I do remember it though. I think it says they're gonna do the fixing up, right? But it's been a while, so I'm probably remembering wrong. It is said a few times. I do. Yeah. You know what? I need to bring this out so that it matches here. But, yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously we had a couple movies that would just get played kind of on repeat. That was one of them. Fond memories. Ish. But like, alright, do I want to go this way is the question. I think I kind of want a little bit of that. I also want to dig, but I'm also kind of tempting to be here, because then it can make more sense that there's like a bit of a ravine in between to prevent this here from connecting. What do I prefer? What do I prefer? But nah, yeah. Yep, that's the question. Do I prefer the idea of having it be following the outside edge, which would look slightly nicer, or more in line with everything else, or do I... Instead, try to have it kind of fit more where it would make sense for it to be. Even though it wouldn't necessarily feel as comfortable, especially with where the lava pool is. I mean, for me, and I don't want to do that, but... Because you can see here, but yeah, it might be better to kind of... Because this is, obviously, we want to make this an actual island, so... Yeah. Yeah, I think I actually want to kind of focus more on trying to make it an island. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. I'm gonna need to up my shovel, of course, but... Or at the very least, that it's basically well defended. I also need to put lights down here, I think. Just in case. Alright, so... And I'm also gonna then want the dirt to kind of come around because... like this. So it's like that. I don't know. It might feel nice to just TNT the middle. I can get some TNT together. Need more dirt. But I did discuss kind of having a lava mountain, right? Or a lava maker here. So I might start by working on setting up the building for that. Like as a resource kind of thing. The idea being that they're processing lava, right? Or I suppose it'd be more accurate to say that, creating. You gotta give a reason for them to have that, and that can be like a power source that way. Mm-hmm. You know, I have one thing to say. It's more about food in general in this game. I wish we could at least have salt, you know? Like, the food has gotta be so bland. Like this is where I would go with the farming and food update. I would have... What? Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Maybe he'll come out now because he'll have woken up, but I think he fell asleep. I know. I want something though. Like food is so and easy. Well, not even easy. It's just like there's only so many options you get to have, you know? And I'd like more options. I was just saying the food is kind of sad. But salt could give you like a little extra health, you know? Or like a little like regen bonus, right? If you actually salt your food. Because, you know, it's good. Or at least it tastes better. I'm not saying like it has to be added to, you have to add it to the steak. See? So like if you had like spices, I mean it'd be bloat to the game, I know, but no. Like if they're gonna add bloat anyway, right? I feel like having like a little like, but different spices have different effects to your food. You know, for a lower amount of time, so that would be how you balance it out instead of like you can still want to make potions, right? But I mean, think about it. Early game, I'd like to have something that other than suspicious stews, and no, the suspicious stews. I don't even think there's any that do it. But give like certain effects as well. You're not gonna have a mushroom farm either. But you know, like if you come across salt or pepper and you put it on your steak, you go, oh yeah, I put that on my steak. Get a nice little bonus. Because they want to focus so much on the early game, right? I think that's something, or to mid game. And I think that's something that would just probably be like, say if you add mint, right? Something, you get like 3 seconds of fire resistance. Well, to be fair, like give it like 10 seconds, right? It's not long, but like, let's say you want to go deal with some blazes, it can give you a second of that. But you can get your blaze rods without burning. Or it would allow you to kind of prevent your, like, to undo the fire. See? So I'm not like saying like it would have to be like... That's kind of where I end up going. Like, if they're gonna add the bloat anyway, come on. Give us something that can be like early game effects. Because that's what I meant, more than anything. But you know they would mess it up, which is why I don't want them to do it. And that's the sad thing. They make it so you have to add something to the steak. Or something. And it's just like, I don't want that. I just want... And by the way, I'm not playing right now because my cat is asking for hugs and I'm giving him hugs. Just so you know. It's not because I'm just like pausing just to talk. Pausing. Give the kitty snuggles. But she's so sad. You want to kiss you. Okay. Anyway, that's kind of more where I go with it. I don't want it to be something that it's like... And then it's like... But that's kind of where I end up going. Like, I end up going, I'd like to see some food updates just to have, like, some differences. But not, like, change what already exists. Like, part of what I like about the Farmer's Delight mod is that it doesn't change anything that's in game. Yeah, he's winning. He's getting pets. He's making me pay attention to him. He's getting pets. Yeah, you dragon. Hope you're doing well. Bring your little purr up. So they can maybe hear it. You get blocked by the noise gate. Good boy. Good boy, you just didn't understand why I had to leave you with your story. It just wasn't happiness to you. And you probably were scared that I was going and visiting my friend again, and you didn't like that because I might not come back. Even though I totally would. Friend's not even in town. He's gonna be so excited. We found some toys. Alright, he's done for the moment. He's probably gonna beg for more love in a second, but... This song. Anyway. Point being that I was making... I'm gonna acknowledge I don't think it would be good because I don't think they would do it well. Because for some reason they'd break it like... You know, they somehow just... Because you can't have anything that just gives a nice little bonus. Nope, nope, nope. It has to have a lot of negatives to it, too. And that's the kind of thing I kind of go with. Like I said, I tried playing around with the spear. I find it very clunky and kind of unusual. The concept of things that would make it a little bit better. You need such large nerves. It's just like... I don't know. I can't see, by the way, the screen because my cat is in the way. Honey, get off my phone. No, don't mess with my phone. Oh, did you? You did. Now I have to fix it. No. No. Honey, no. Yeah, you don't like that. My charger's kind of halfway broken, so I, have to have it in a specific way. But I don't want to get a new one, so... Because this is the one that has outlasted all the other ones that I've gotten in between it. I can't have that either, buddy. No. Honey. Calm down. You'd think that you were, like, not allowed to do anything all day. But you were. No, stop messing with my charger cord, honey. You even gave you the rope you like. If you asked him, he would tell you that he is... I don't know. But I don't love him, I guess. But I'm left with cat. Please. Okay. Okay, so I still would go that way. Oh yeah, here. Okay. If you say so. Alright, anyway, as I was saying, I do want to set up a little... I think I want it to be, like, right back here. Now I get back to what I was doing, because I was distracted a second by Cat. He is determined. Well, actually, I think he's given up and he's gone off to go play with food. I'm semi-concerned he wanted me to carry him to the litter box room. Wouldn't be great, but I don't want to do that. Because he is not a baby. I can't find his own way. Okay, there you go. Anyway, as I said, I'd love to have where, like, seasoning, just because it'd be funny. It maybe like as a April Fool's, you know, where they add seasonings that do things. Because, you know, they wouldn't do it in actuality. How lovely. I'm at just because I don't want to have to deal with this. Plus, yeah. Oops. Alright, but that is where I want that to be, so I'm gonna want to probably, I guess, fill in like a little bit lower. And then I can have a building here. Anyway. But yeah. I know I have weird taste. What I'd like to see in an update, but I don't know. I think it'd be fun. Just fun. So I, Yep, that seems like that'd be a fun idea for a mod pack. If somebody were to ever do that, I would too. Where, they add spices and stuff actually and like I said, not everybody, but for me, like if you have to actually like have the full benefit of the food type, you have to season it. Otherwise, it's heck, you could even have where obviously, like, because if they have the skill tree unlocking kind of thing or whatever it is, or the achievement tree, right? Whereas you're getting the ingredients, you get cooked chicken, and it says bland, somewhat tasteless, but will do for now. Or like you get beef and it just says nutritious but sad. Heck, even like bread could have just be like just like each of them just kind of have like this little sad thing it says. Yeah. No, it basically just says wheat and maybe water. Is this really? Because in reality, I mean, it's just wheat. Like, you don't have anything else added to this bread. Although I suppose because bread is always just kind of good because wheat is a pretty good taste. You can kind of go with... Well, you could add butter. For one. So have it... Or milk. Or milk bread. Eggs. For leavening. So that it's like fluffy bread. There's actually many things that you can add to bread to make it better. What we're basically eating would be more like having, naan. Still tasty, but chewy. In fact, it might even be more like hardtack. It would quite literally probably be basically just wheat flour. Even though we don't have water, somehow soaked in water kind of thing. And not even cooked. Technically, we're just somehow, could even have it be, you just eat the wheat. And then you can make bread. You might as well be just eating the wheat. And have each one fills one hunger bar, like every time you eat a wheat piece, because then that's... Because 3 wheat makes a piece of bread, and I do believe it fills... I think it actually fills 2 hunger haunches, but, like, you know. Round up for ease. Alright, or half hunger haunch, maybe. Have each, like, wheat fill something like that. But, you know, like you get seeds, and it's like you can eat the seeds kind of thing as well. Maybe have as you're like working your way through cooking kind of thing. Like in true survival fashion, right? You start. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Little Story does that, but something tells me no. You start where you eat the seeds. They're not tasty, but they give it like a little tiny bit of nutrition, you know. But they don't fill you because they're not. And I have no idea if it'd be possible. They like, but like if it could be programmed to be like, have it be that it just never fills that last little bit of the hunger haunches. Because seeds will never actually fill you like that. You need to grow them into wheat. And then have the wheat be that you have to thresh it. Or millet. And the flour. Actually, I'm surprised they haven't tried to do that with like an educational pack. When I think about it. You know, back when they were actually doing them. But a couple years ago, but I mean, you know, you get through each step. So finally, you have bread. Now it's not good for the long term, but it's tasty for the short term. And fun. I mean, that would be the super complicated kind of method, or I can just go with the simple method of just like adding like things to cooking and stuff. There we go. You could do things like have other types of fruit, right? some fruit trees. So you have an apple tree or a like an orange tree or whatever. And you can get juice. You can have that kind of thing. You can have some extra things. Go do these. I mean, heck, like, maybe, for example, you get cocoa beans, you take that out, right? Now, mind you, cocoa beans on their own, not very good. Start adding things like sugar, or, if you like milk chocolate, you can add milk. Slash cream. Hello, thank you for the first time chat. Dr. Lonkus? How are you? Kitty, what are you doing? And, thank you for the follow. It's not telling me on here, but I just got the email, so... Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you're doing well today. Cat just went behind the computer, good, in case you guys are curious. So, I'm gonna have to move him again. Or not. Honey. Sweetie, no. I don't know. Twitch has been doing this quite, like, a couple times lately. Or I know someone has to have followed, but unless I get the email, which means it has to be the first person that follows the stream, right? It doesn't tell me at all anywhere. Glad to hear you're doing great. Fair enough. Buddy, no. It's super weird that Twitch has been doing it. Like, I don't understand. Like, I feel like I deserve to know that someone actually, you know, followed, because then I can tell, say thank you, thank you. Otherwise it makes me, I'm just like I don't want to ignore someone. Just because Twitch has decided, well, this person doesn't get to have their information shared. It's weird. Hey, it is a pleasure having you. Yeah. It's like once I think we can say that's like a that's just a mistake. Like, you know, that could be on my side even somewhere, somehow. I don't know how, but maybe. But it's like twice. I don't think so. I think it's Twitch. Pulling shenanigans again. Not really. I don't really watch a lot of TV. I watch YouTube, but like Obviously, somebody at Twitch hates me. I'm blocking all my messages. Like, at least once per, like, if somebody follows per stream. So I don't know how they would successfully do it that way. Eddie, what are you doing? In case you guys are curious, I basically have limited use of one of my hands right now. He has decided I am a great pillow. And is being very clingy, and I don't know why. Like, it's not my fault he runs off as... Don't know about that. It's not my fault that you never want to cuddle. Unless I'm streaming, honey. It's really not. You know, can I say that I do one thing that I am happy that's not on the in vanilla is blood moons. I'm not enough Pharmopolis now with that mod in there. That is... yeah. It is agonizing. Alright, I think this building's gonna be made out of stone. Might take some bricks as well. Yeah, some of this. Let's start deciding. We're gonna do a little bit of the I kind of also want... It's gonna be feeling more like a hodgepodge kind of like... I think that'd be like good for a lava sword, right? Like if they were like trying to set up lava. After all, I mean, fire is not fun. Ow, 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 honey, shh, shh. He's done. Yep, he just realized that I gave him his favorite snuggly. My robe. Yeah, it's the one it newer basically because like I have two, right? I got one for a gift last year. But I basically almost never am able to use it because he's always like sleeping on it. Like, he won't sleep in my room unless he has access to it, and I'm not allowed to have it. Because that's not, he has claimed it as his, and it's just like, oh, it's my cat. Sure. Like, I love my cat, but he can be a little possessive. No, that's okay. Always happy to oblige a spin. Alright. But, yeah. Right now, actually, I do have some of these, so I can just... That'll be fascinating to see. Thank you. This is the Christmas Village. I started working on it last year, but I feel like I kind of probably should work on other stages as well. But it's a holiday village with an apocalyptic vibe, even though it's not obvious. You just see it. But I mean, everything in this world is apocalyptic, right? Be weird if the holiday village wasn't. I think this should be a little bit further back. This is gonna be here, I guess. Well, I mean, I don't really need to do that because this will still be covered, I guess. And then I think it's going to kind of have where it goes into the back here a little bit. But I actually do quite enjoy this one. And I mean, it's funny when you know, like, why I did it, too, you know? Oh, hey, Kali! Yeah, I should probably do something back at the base as well. You want to see my statues I've built? Or in my actual base? I need to get more stuff anyway. Probably. Like XP. Probably these don't have that. I wish they did, you know, like I wish I could like make it like an XP farm easier, but it's just not easy because there's just so many caves. I again go with I wish there was some way to just be able to tell where all the caves are. It'd be a dream. In vanilla. I think it's because of yeah, I saw there's a couple Minecraft drop stuff, right? Actually, yeah, I do need to go back anyway. I need more chicken. Yeah, but I like try to come up with a reason to go back, and I just realized I actually do. I need food. Actually, I also want to grab a bit of both of these. I want to take this. And shrimp spruce too. Oh. Because I do think I do want to work on having a little, because I do a statue over here. That's what I can just point it out. Alright, see you... not today, but often. Alright. I'm going to aim for there, I think. I might be going a little bit too far off. But yeah, I do need more food and... I actually had an idea. It's not going to be good because, you know, I'm not very good at building statue stuff, but... Well, quality depends. I don't think this one's going to be all that great, but I had a thought of something I can actually add that will fit. in the upper section. As I said, statue stuff. Most specifically, vehicles. Alright, hey, I actually got that, like, on point. Like, that was perfect. Like, I feel like I should point out the only other vehicle I've really built on this, or really ever, is the car over here. Which, I mean, speaks for itself. So, me saying I want to do, like, I want to try and do a Santa sleigh, or, like, at least part of one. So I'm not saying that I'm like terrible at building necessarily, but I am gonna say that I am terrible at building vehicles. I don't think that's wrong. I'm gonna want to sleep first though. Because I don't think actually I might have a bed in there, but I don't want to be certain. Because you know what, I don't want the creepers. In my specifically designed area. And as long as I'm down here as well, I'm gonna quickly check to see if I have any chicken. I should have chicken cooked. And this. Oh, it's cooking. Yeah. I should probably stick around here anyway for that. Alright. True. I want some of these to be like that. Let's just see if it knows chicken. I didn't see bad. Stand to know. Alright, so what I'm thinking is I want to start with see, this is where I'm kind of left with. I don't think it's gonna fit well. Even if it's big, it's kind of... Hopefully I have room. Alright, I'm gonna move this over so that I can do this on here. I do have some more around here. to have the ability to jump up. Could use these for the moment. Yep. Alright, so we're gonna pull these here. And there. See, I'm not. All right. Actually, I should probably put down the light here because this is kind of dark here. Alright. There, and then pull this one across, and that one there. I need more. Alright, so that is the base without any of the sides built on. There. And then here, I want to add... hello, Dark Dungeon. How are you doing this evening? Yep. It didn't do it. Let's try this again. Glad to hear you're doing well. There we go. I hope you had fun playing our creators. There itself. I do need a little more. Actually, do I want to bring it up one more? Yeah, actually I do. Glad to hear that you had fun. That's good. But it got better. And that it was fun. Good to hear. Alright. Sure. I actually think I would take one of these. I think so. Kind of like that. And then, of course, here. No. Actually, kind of like that. That doesn't look right, does it? I'll pull it there and pull it there. I don't want to go all the way to there. I kind of want to pull it here. And then pull it up an extra one as well. Here. And do the same thing on this side. Maybe pull these down. There. Alright. And then kind of have this mix. Because if I remember, this is older, right? Is the idea. I don't know. Actually, that's not bad there. Just on the inside. I don't know about on the outside. Or do you need to sleep? I'll fix the music in a second. I'm gonna go sleep. If I can. I don't know if I can, now that I think about it. Oh, there's a skeleton. Yep. Well, that's great. Ow. Oh, but I can... I'm gonna go sleep below. Then I will correct the music. Alright. There we go. So I had a bed down here. Definitely have one lower though. Well, yep, I hear you. Alright, Got you. See, I don't think I'm gonna be able to top last year. I already have proven I have. I'm gonna change what I'm doing. I had an idea. I don't like it. I'm gonna do something different. Alright. I was right. I'm not very good at vehicles. Alright, Alright. Like, I just don't like how it's coming together. I had an idea in my head, but I don't know how to do it. I mean, I do have some ideas. I just don't... It's fine. There's other ways to do this. Yeah. Alright, let me go clear it up and just do something different that I kind of like better. Hopefully. Because this is just... You know, like, it's not bad. Per se. It just... I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to give your guys' opinion. Hello, Tomas. Thanks. I'm glad to hear you're doing that. How many did I have here? I think I only have 2, right? Yeah. You don't have to pretend, man. I know it looks pretty bad. I think I would do that there and there. You have 3. I just don't know if I like that. Maybe it'll look better if I... Yeah, it's a sleigh. Do some of this. Like I said, let's not pretend that it's any good. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'll decide if I want to keep the corners like that or if I want to adjust them in a minute. Maybe it kind of helps. It's kind of bad, though. I think maybe instead... I don't like how this looks. I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here. That there. And decide from maybe like that. I think that'll feel a little bit smoother. Yeah. That feels smoother. Surprisingly. And yeah, I remove this block. Alrighty, it's not great, but it exists. We have a few of these. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I want to do like up here. I mean, it kind of feels like what you would kind of expect. Right? Or if you were to be having like maybe like a Christmas Santa thing. I don't know. I just don't like how thick this feels. I definitely think it's gonna be not great. But you know what? I'm gonna say it's fine, and I'll do something cuter on the side. I mean, that's better. Apparently, somehow, There, what do you think? That's a bit smoother. Alright, I need some... something I think that we could do here. You have to climb up, right? Kind of like that. Or maybe... only like right here? Let me see, where would it be? Here? I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, I guess to be fair, it is a little confusing. If you don't know, right? You're about to have to go sleep at night, underneath, down below again. I wasn't keeping track of time. I really do need a bed to have for... Or I guess I could go down the other way. Oh wait, I'm a little bit faster this time, so... maybe I can make it to my bed? I guarantee bad things did spawn, but just not up here. Alright. I mean, all I'm saying is that, to be fair, I could see confusion. I mean... actually, you know, this kind of looks like it's done on purpose that way. So you've got the Santa there. And then you have this like this, right? And now that it's done, it's not bad. It's just... I wish I could have... Here, I want to have a little... yeah. No, that's what I was saying, is I definitely... I think... that is... if you're not too familiar with the series, that's a fair, assumption to make. Do you disagree? Share? Sure. Alright, it's pretty complicated. Right. There we go. They actually have a little statue in here. Actually, I put these like this. We'll see. I mean, do you even know what it is for that? I need little buttons. What? No, it's a little Santa. It's not done. Three. Yeah. There. I'd like some buttons, but I don't think I could put them on because I've done the hat. Yeah. Wait, I know. Ta-da! What do you think? Alright. There's our picture. Done. Or maybe I want to make it a... Instead, like, right here, a little, like, lantern. Dead. We'll see if I can fit that together. Let me do that now. And I'll go back to doing other stuff, but I mean, it works, right? Alright. I still don't think they're that great. It's that great. I mean, I like the little Santa, though. I did that. Okay. But, I do think... But I mean, for the concept of what it would be, it kind of works because it's like, it's one of those things, you know, you have the parents that bring them up, and it's like, oh, this is where Santa would sit. You sit with Santa kind of thing here, and it's like Santa sits here, and, you know, the kid sits, and the kid cries because big scary stranger. I don't know. I love you. Don't disagree with me saying it's not that great. And I know it's not. I'm not very good at vehicles. I mean, maybe I could have like a little extra. I'm not gonna do it for the picture, but maybe this would look okay like this. Bring this forward like this. Probably remove the one in the corner there. Yeah, it doesn't belong, but like this could work. Just add a little extra. Pizzazz. Yeah. No. I don't really. I think. Realistically speaking, I'm just not very good at doing vehicles. So I don't think I can get back upstairs again without skeletons have already been spawned. I tried, but I think I'm about to have to go sleep below again. Or at the very least a zombie or a creeper. Don't see anything yet. I mean, I do see stuff in the distance, but not here, so... Sleep. Oh, there's a creeper over there, so that's not great. I mean... I think, for me, I just am left with... I know that I'm not... I mean, there's things I can build. I can build a building okay. I could do maybe a sculpture. Like, the little sculpture was fine, but I don't know. I just can't get the proportions right for a vehicle. They just kind of always come out a little sad. Where did you come from, Scooter? There's a zombie over here. Hmm? I'm just saying more in line with just the whole I try. But yeah, I can't do what I've got in my head because I don't know how to do it. I mean, I could look up tutorials, but that just kind of feels like that defeats the purpose. of this world, which is trying overall. I mean, I'll look up like a farm, but like I wanna, like, I might get inspired by something, but I want to build it myself. Give me all this crap. Need boots I can combine this with? Yes. I mean, they're not done. Oh, I should. Any... Actually, yes. Perfect. Yeah, I don't know. I'm keeping these. Yeah. But I am. I'll come up with a reason at some point as to why I want to keep this stuff. That is just not that useful. Not a better one, right? I mean, that might be better. No, it's the same. Yeah, I love you, you don't deny that I definitely, yeah, it's kind of weird. But, yeah. I mean, I'll do something with them at some point. Use them as accessories. I think I'm gonna leave this stuff here that's already in here. I'm gonna put the stuff back that I took out. And we're just gonna head back. Alright. I built a statue. Dragon better be happy. I did two, even. I built a vehicle, too. I've done my yearly obligation. Oh, I just remembered something else I want to get wrong here. Alright. Back to Christmas Town! Make sure I have food. That's the other reason I did come back. I'm sure there's other things I need. But I mostly came back for the ability to just build something that I do every year. I mean, at some point it's going to be a little filled up in there. But, I mean, either way, I'm winging it every year. Like, I'm not, like... Yeah, this is what I need. Yeah. So, we want to go this way. Yep. I don't know, because it's you know, I mean, sort of improve. I mean, it's like one statue a year, but trying to do different things and stuff. The one thing I hope is I don't accidentally overshoot. Nope, I haven't overshot. There's the lights. Great. It's fine. Now let's redesign something rather. I mean, how do I put it? Because it's like I don't like. I just do as I go. With how I feel it should look and all that. It's like I can go, well, it's great because it lets me practice because I don't plan. I should. I don't. Alright. I want the bricks back now. Probably want some of this as well. I haven't decided if I want this or not, actually. I do want these. And then I do... I guess... Well, no. I put those up. Ish. I need to sleep in a minute. But it's fine, because this is just the kind of design the outside section. As I've said, I want it to be kind of going into the mountain here. Am I fast enough to be able to get some of this done quickly? No. Am I trying anyway? Yes. Alright. Do there. Managed to get a couple blocks down. I might decide to change it again in a minute, but alright. Off we go. Got that on me. Alrighty. Go design more house. Well, not house, building. Decide if I like how it looks, so I want to change. I don't think I want any, windows in this one. Because the entire concept of this would be a lava farm. And perhaps, like, have a little something at the front. Because it's also going to be a wood farm on the outside. But I like the idea of having it be unique. I like that. It feels unique. I need more blocks to fill in, but it's a start. Alright, and then okay, like that. Actually, you know what? Yeah. I think that looks okay. Alright, yeah. And then, like I said, then you'll come in here, you'll have the little frontal area, and then what I want to kind of do is I also want to extend it back. I'll figure out how I want to extend it back. But the concept is just, it's a farm for lava on the inside. I mean, we've got the lava over there as well. I am going to need cauldrons, but that's not the end of the world. Yeah. Might as well just get some more blocks to kind of fill in. I do think that it is a good idea. And like I said, on the outside is going to be like a tree farm, basically. The only question is if I want it to go outside of the wall. Actually, you know what? I had time. Alright, yeah. Alright, okay, I gotta do this like this. How far back does this go? Yeah, that's actually kind of perfect. Alright. Because that will match to here. I did that wrong. We're doing actually gonna do this so that both these are should be lit. Yeah. Alrighty. I mean, it's a good way to collect. So everything also just kind of introduces a Alright. Concept of like digging out here, maybe not like a current threat kind of thing, but like especially after everything would go down, you'd want to have a place for people to be able to hide away. Here. Oh crap, I this. You know, I have some of these just in case. Now mind you, the space isn't big or anything, but it's not meant to be. It's meant to be an evacuation pod. In all honesty, we'd rather never use it. As that would be meaning that something went very wrong. The bare essentials. Supposed to add stuff to it. It'd just tell you like probably a bed, have like a little sink maybe. Nothing crazy. Like or like a chest. Have like just enough, like a bed, maybe a chest. Obviously there'd be a door. The city above gets burned down again. Go. I'm basically down here till morning at this point, so let's... yeah. Yeah, for right now, I could actually do this like this. Yeah. Okay, put some of that down. Actually, you know what? No. Instead, because this actually would make some sense. So, like, ability to quickly make some weapons. That's what I said. It would make some sense. Bone meal. Yeah, like trying to get the weapons going, all that kind of thing. Go. Actually, that doesn't go there. It goes... yeah. Alrighty. As I get ready to have more stuff. Go. There we go. I mean, it works because it kind of just feels like it's a underground base. So... there. I'll empty that out there. And then up. Like I said, the difference here is it's more of a sense of community. No secret tricks behind anything kind of going on here. I do wish if I put this here, it wouldn't just give me all the others. Yeah. This is the middle of the night. I probably would want to add other things as well. I have to think. Because obviously you'd probably want to have a storeroom for food. Right? And perhaps... do I need more coal on me? No. Alright, that's not gonna work. I was gonna do... but no. But, I mean, it's just a nice little reminder that down here is still not... They're just kind of have... They quietly hollow out, like, just in case kind of thing. After all, what if it gets worse? You already have where giant tree monsters have appeared out every night. I mean, much like... Oh, this side is 4 or 5 across. I think this could be a little bit smaller because this would just be a way over to a... Or a few... storehouses. Kind of thing. I think I like leaning it that way to have it be that it would be storerooms on this side. After all, although having more, no, I'll probably build up a few more of these. And then the concept would be probably only gonna have this one done. But it is a bunker. It could have multiple appear throughout the just because you don't see it all the way down doesn't mean there isn't a way to a bunker. Okay, sounds are... Mind you, I didn't need most of this, but I just kind of... Hey, by the time I'm upstairs, it'll be light out. Barely. There's a zombie. I'm gonna go sleep because it is snowing and I'd rather the zombie burn. Like for half a second, you know? Nothing crazy, but just to fix the snow. I am gonna put most of this away, but I do want some of it because I do need it. Yep, he died. Now we run. And hope that no creepers spawned. Before we get out of the range of everything that would have spawned and into the range of everything that will be destroyed. Because it can't spawn. Alright, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think what I'm gonna do is here. You have that there, whether you see it or not, kind of idea. I'm just probably gonna do normal ones here. Okay. Watch the health of my spoon. Alright. I'll put this here because I don't. Then we'll just have normal along the side. Like I said, I think the front can be a little bit nicer looking-ish. Go. Alright. Okay. So, yeah. Now, I guess the inside, I need to decide how I would want the floor. I don't know. How do I want the floor? Suppose if I was to get tough. I do wish there was a way to get tough that isn't, just get lucky with your mining. But I don't know. I don't want to have to get out the redstone. But I don't want it to be anything that is... let's see, I've got this. Unless you mean, like... I can at least do that in the front, and then maybe on the back, it's just like... I would do the red, but like I said, I don't want to do redstone. I don't want to have to gather up terracotta just to do red terracotta or concrete. And we're trying not to do wood in this build because it is in fact a lava farm in the back. In the front, it's going to be a... I don't know. That feels a little bit dull. Let's get more for this if this is the case, but... I mean, it can work. For the frontal area, it's probably like here. And in the back, it's just gonna be lava farm. Because the implication is meant to be that that will be how the power is gathered. For this whole city. I mean, after all, it is cold. You like in the morning you go and you go talk to the little, maybe like once a week. You come in and suck up on like 3 buckets of lava. And those 3 buckets of lava get you through your week. As far as heat is concerned. Alright, I'll use this. Because that's just natural. Of course you would expect your heat to be, gained by lava. Like I said, I think I would want the back to have less to it. I might do like stone or just like stone brick in general, but kind of let the walls be kind of more plain. So yeah, the idea is customers don't go back here. And then just kind of separate them. You don't know what's going on back there. You just know you're not allowed in. Again, like I said, it's a lava farm. Alright, made it back, hopefully. So, Tomas, what do you want tomorrow? You want Thermopolis, this? I think Chris is already gone, so Chris can't vote. Never mind, Chris, what do you want? Okay. I mean, we're trying to do it so or get ready for Christmas, but you know. Yeah. So we have 1 vote for Thermopolis and 1 vote for this. Okay. Mouse vetoes himself to make it from. Wait a minute. I mean, if you're sure. I was just saying what it was. It's not like it was the end of the world either way. Here we go. Okay, so see, so you come in here, you have the frontal area, they'll kind of have like all the little desk and all that, and then you go in the back area back here. I need light, so I need more charcoal, but at least for now, I mean, it will be a lava farm. So, Chris, what did you think of the sleigh? You like it? You know what I'm even talking about? Okay. You like the sleigh better than the Bubble Santa? Or the Bubble Santa better? Bubble Santa, fair enough. The one that looks like a snowman that I built today, right? What do you mean the gnome? Fair enough. Honestly, it's the best policy, yep. I knew it wasn't very... I told you, I'm not good at vehicles. I'm glad it came out better than I was worried it would, but... Guys, I put this in the wrong one. Thank you. That's it. I do know my own strengths and lack thereof. Although, it's just kind of hard to build a vehicle in general in Minecraft. At least on small scale. I mean, like, I could do, I think, things like, I could do, like, really small scale. By taking stuff like this. I'm about to sleep anyway. But, like, you could take something like this, and you could make, like, a teeny sleigh, right? Or not really a sleigh, a sled, actually, rather. Like a little sled. Like that. Or even make it, like, actually look a little bit more by getting, like, 2 more trapdoors. But to make the feel even kind of right, it's gotta be like that. Although I guess, you know, now that we have the shelf. Let's see here. And I think it's these, right? Or is it just... Oh, just that. I also should be grateful that there's no... But like a sled could now have like a little bit of look to it. Could you use one of these expensive things? Like that. I mean, it's not perfect, but it kind of works. Shame these can't be like any other direction, but then, but the way they are, kind of. It'd be nice if you could have one that was laying down. But yeah, the problem is vehicles are kind of round usually. I suppose you could build a Cybertruck, but for most vehicles, they need round. So you can't really do them tiny. I'm just saying, because it's very more like edges, right? It'd be easier to get the approximation of that. And then I think the DeLorean would still kind of be... Because you need like the round for the front, so you kind of got to build big. And in fact, you really got to build big because you got to be able to build the door as well. But there's just no circles. You know what, actually? I mean, kinda. Actually, that looks pretty good. Kinda. It at least doesn't look the same as those. The question is, do you actually think that is decent? Or do you prefer this? Like, this is flatter, so I did like that nice. But I do think I can see having it be that little bit chunkier by using this. And more importantly, it helps differentiate. You like it flatter? Yeah. I'm trying to find uses for the shelves because they... I mean, I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're really great, but my style of building doesn't really work. They hold items. Yeah, flat is better. Nope. So, you know, an item that they're in theory they were like, oh, they would never add. Problem is, it's like, well, it's kind of nice for building. And I mean, it's good for detail work if you're doing it like on certain things and all that, but again, it's really for a large scale. I'd like to be able to... I still gotta go with... I wish I could have... outside of modded, the ability to put the designs for different things on different stuff. Like, I kind of wish I could take the design for this and then put it onto here, right? That just doesn't look as nice. I do like them though for like this, because I do think this does work. Because it makes for a more stable feel, even though I like the color of the other better. But it feels more stable, and then you have like a little explanation for what you would do on the other side, like that. That's pretty much the only time I really feel like it really works for my style of building. Which is not... Again, it's not horrible, it's just not great for me, you know? And this can be in here just as shells, but... I don't know. I think it worked... You know what? You know what would really work? Although I'm not doing it right now. Is if you're trying to do something like kitchen-wise, right? Because they could be like a nice little spice rack. Not great, but not horrible kind of thing. And if potions could actually stack, it'd also be cool with that too, because then you could use that for your potions, right? As a potion shelf, and put your potions in general onto it, but there's no... It just is the one item that way. Which wouldn't utilize its actually unique and interesting feature. Like, shelves have more space than a bundle, but they... Technically. In a sense. Kind of ironic. It's still not, like, a lot of space. I kind of think... You know what? Here's... They're never gonna do it, but I feel like they should introduce a chest type that is, again, probably using, like... How do I put... No, I was just gonna say... I think it'd be best, kind of like a shulker box, right? But instead have it be that it's a chest. Maybe if it's made out of, like, end materials, like if they introduce an end plant. Not anything crazy, but just like, you know, something you can find. Or something you can grow, but it's from the end. That you can find there, right? I feel like that'd be a good way to introduce something that could have more storage. But that then you'd still want to have like a normal chest to start with, right? So you start with a normal wooden chest. But then once you get to the end and you explore some in the end, maybe you could find... And maybe you still have to like grow it or whatever, and you have to figure out how to. But then you can have a chest that can have... Maybe we could say double the space? Or that each one holds 2 stacks of an item, but it has to be the same item. In theory, that could work. And it would be... It doesn't replace the chest completely, the wooden chest, right? Because if you were to use the copper golems, obviously you would be using the regular chest, right? Though knowing them, then they would just have it that the copper column can utilize those as well. But Um, could do something like that, and then that can allow for more space. Or it could have, like, just slightly more room in it. Maybe it can hold an extra 1 or 2 lines of... It doesn't have to be a lot. Just a little extra storage to it. Because once you hit, like, this point in the game, like, where I'm at... I mean, I know I haven't been to the end, but... As I said, I'm not gonna go unless they ever do an end update. But once you've hit that point in the game, you have a lot of items that are just kind of sitting around. They can't really do anything with. Rather, it's not that you can't do anything with it, but that you have to now figure out how to store it, right? And everything. Because once you beat the game, the best way to kind of keep going is to start doing slightly bigger projects, building projects, da-da-da kind of projects. And I don't know. I feel like the concept of being able to do something like that, but again, being something that gets introduced in the end, seems like the best bet. Then, obviously, the people that make it to the end, like, the elytra's nice, and all that, in the shulker box, but it's beyond, like, beating the Ender Dragon. Then you gotta go out several, like, to the islands, and you gotta know what you're looking for. And, I mean, maybe it'd be worth it here, but overall, I don't think an elytra would be worth it, like, on a world like mine. At least not until, like, a long time from now, right? Because in all honesty, I'm just not traveling that much. I don't disagree that... Notice, did I say it's not worth it? I'm just saying... Smaller scale worlds, right? I'm still in a relatively large scale world with this kind of thing, right? With the kind of projects and things that I'm doing. Even though I haven't been to the end, I still technically am doing. So yes, for me, I would say that, yeah, going and getting Electra would be worth it. But if they want to have people play longer, or have more people actually make it to the end, is an Elytra worth it without a creeper farm? There's a question, right? Yeah, also, I want to see how this looks with the, it's moody lighting. Probably fix this. I mean, it actually gives, like, a good warm feeling to the area, and then cold on the outside, which is kind of what these would go for, right? Moodiness. Cozy. That's me where I definitely probably want to put lighting later, but anyway, I think that's kind of where I end up going. Yes, it is sort of worth it, but if you don't want to spend the time making a creeper farm, is it worth it? And I kind of am left with somewhat But overall, not as much. Right? Because other than if you effectively have an unfortunate fall, or you choose to build a tower that you'd have to climb up first, are you likely to, like, I think that's kind of where I end up going with it. Elytra's worth it if you have the ability to really fly with it. But that calls for rockets, and rockets kind of require a creeper farm. That's actually decent, not mine. And I think that's kind of where I end up going. I don't think that's actually worth enough prize. And then it's like I go to maybe shulker boxes. Shulker boxes are great. But with shulker boxes, you have to actually fight a shulker, right? Fair enough. But you still have to put down and pick up a shulker box to be, or put down the item to get the items out of it. So again, it's like, it's good, but is it enough of a prize to go to the end and defeat the Ender Dragon? And I have trouble saying yes, because it's like, they're good, but it's not really. Do you see what I mean? I feel like they need to have something that's kind of good for even a more, yeah, like, don't entirely agree. No, I'm not saying that it has to be something easy. I'm just saying I feel like something that's maybe like just kind of I don't know, not the end of the world. I don't know how to put it. I suppose. I mean, I mean, it's kind of also why I'm partially using my world as an example. I haven't got. I mean, yeah, I don't. I do sometimes feel frustrated with it, but I don't have shulker boxes. I don't have Elytra. But I'm not specifically tempted by them either. It might be nice, but what am I going to do with them? Curious what you think I would do with them. And like, I mean, yes, it'd be great for extra storage, but rather extra carrying power. See? You can't think of what I would do with them. And see, that's kind of where I'm coming from. I feel like the end, and that's where I'm specifically going with it. It's not that I think that the end has nothing for it. Yes. I meant me as well. I was using myself as an example. Because I definitely think that I'm a decent example of trying to think of an answer and not come up with one. And that's more what I was saying. I'm just saying if they want more people to go to the inn, and I'm not saying make it easier, definitely not. Leave it as difficult as, maybe make it more difficult, but have different reasons to go. I think that's really where I end up going with it. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, I simply put, can stay not a pretty good example of it. I just don't have anything that's. But I think for me, if there were something that basically could be equivalent to a triple chest, right? I would maybe like that. And be tempted for that. Or things along those lines. Which is why I was using it as an example. I have an idea what it could do. Yeah, I don't think. I think there's plenty of people who that's worth it, and that's fine. But yeah. You know what? No, I know what they should do. The item that absolutely would be ultimate for anyone, you know? Or at least, if you want to play long term, right? That you might actually really want. That could be quite valuable. The ability to either craft spawners or move them. I'm more inclined to say move. Rather than craft, because I feel like craft would be too much, but... You know what I mean? Because... Yeah. It's possible in modded, but it's not possible in vanilla. I think that'd be good, and again, I think having it be in the end would be the best way to would be the way to handle that kind of thing. It offers the ability to make yourself a mob farm, right? But specifically for XP that isn't just doing the Enderman farm. It offers a different idea or possibility. But I think the concept of that would be actually not bad. And I mean, I'm not gonna say like, because I know they wouldn't do it. I'm not gonna say like trial spawners. Because again, you know they wouldn't do it. But like a normal spawner, to give it more value, I guess, for itself, because it really... It's not that great. You have to get super lucky to get... But if there was a way to, again, to move them, I think that's something that would be kind of good. Just for a different kind of player, you know? Like, again, like you said, Elytra, but I mean, it would also pair well with getting an Elytra and putting mending on it, right? Because you don't want to have to go to... Wait. You don't either want to have to build a super duper mob farm that basically can have anything and everything necessarily. Always, right? And... See, they're hard to make. And it is also the same with the other kind. But the concept of being able to make a spawner farm that has like 6 different spawners, I think that would be something that could be viewed as kind of valuable. And again, I think it should be made out of something that you would find in the end. You have to defeat the Ender Dragon, and you actually have to go back on and through. But not just start looking for cities, because cities are... Well, I mean, they exist. I could totally see the possibility, though, if you want to do with the cities, like, replace beetroot seeds with something that allows you to grow something that either does that or does something else. Beetroot seeds don't really make sense with everything else. Because, you know, sure, maybe it's like some ancient type of food. You know? That you can grow. That'd be fun. An explanation. Because I still go with... I have trouble believing that... I mean, you know that it was because of bedrock that it's like that. Or I guess at this point, Pocket Edition slash Console Edition. I don't know. I think that's something else. Like I could think of like minor things to just like make it be slightly nicer or better, but still leaving the end as it is, right? Having, or heck, add another structure in that's not the city, something that maybe you have to sneak around to get something from it, right? They did that with the warden, but the only one that does that is the warden, so maybe you can still beat the thing in question, right? But you wouldn't like the sneak. Well, no, I was gonna say you could still probably beat the thing in question. I think that'd probably be best. But that if you don't want to, that you have a way to sneak around it. Perhaps something to do with eye contact, much like the Enderman and the creaking. But that if you're careful, you can, you don't have to fight, but you can fight. And I don't mean sneaky because it can't hear you or anything like, or it could hear you. I think I should specify. I mean, just kind of like you can fight it, but have it have a set pattern it's going around in, right? So if you want to avoid it, just keep track of its set pattern and go through, I guess. That'd be a good way to do it. And while it's a little... I think that's a good way to kind of introduce some of those kind of... If they like that kind of thing, that's a good place to put it. Put it in the end, give it a thing. Heck, even present it as a boss challenge that you can fight. But you know that they don't want to do that. For some reason at this point. Like, no killing, right? Despite the fact that it's kind of silly. If it's trying to kill me, why would I not want to try and fight back? Defend my own life. I guarantee you they have no answer. But maybe like, but. But you know, as much as I discussed these kinds of things, at this point I'm left with, I don't actually want them to do it, you know? Because you know they'd find some way to just completely mess it up as an idea. Or do something with it that just makes it too clunky to do. Yeah. Like I said, I tried the spear, not on here. But I really ended up being left with... Despite my best efforts to try and think it's even halfway decent. Even though it's not my thing. But, yeah. Trying to stab something and then it just doesn't because it decides you're too close. And now you're too far, and now you're too close, and now you're too far. I don't think that's good. I get the whole thing with it is the charge and all that, but I just... It feels weird. And maybe it doesn't feel as weird on Java, but like, even if it technically reaches a little bit farther than the sword, at least the sword between... Kitty, let me sleep. Kitty cat coming to protect me. He heard me being upset. He has to protect me. Cutie pie. He's gonna make me feel better. Anyway, I don't know. I just kind of feel like I'm left with it's just gonna be... No, he can't. I really am left with... I feel like... Yeah. Every time I get a new weapon, it's kind of niche. At the very least, for anyone that would play solo. And I guess, I don't know, I just kind of wish that they'd do something that really feels more like it is for a solo player. Alrighty, I hope you have a good night's sleep. I'm gonna probably finish up in a minute. Yeah, I probably will. Because Kitty is... He's trying to be cuddly, and I mean, I already got my thumbnail, so... And I myself am tired. God. Yeah. He just wants to cuddle. It's not bad. It's a 3-hour stream. Yeah, I do need to stream. Alrighty. Let me check. Where's the timeout on my game? Okay, it just hit day, so... Yeah, I think I'm gonna finish right here now, because I mean, I got plenty of stuff done. I built the sled and the... Or, I built the sleigh and the statue, and I started work on this building. And Buna is stolen both of my hands, so I can't hit stop stream yet, but as soon as I can, I will. He's not meowing, he's using me as a pillow to hold him up. Alright, there we go. Thank you, buddy. Anyway, I guess I hope to see you guys tomorrow for some Farmopolis. I suppose. Hold on. As Tomas declared that he decided his vote was null and void. I don't know. Anyway, so I hope to see you tomorrow for some more Farmopolis. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you guys have a wonderful day / night / whatever it is for you. And yeah, Suda says goodbye too. He's being quiet. Anyway, like I said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day / night / whatever it is for you. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for sticking around. And yeah. Bye-bye!